Oi, oi, it's your boy, the Anish Kapoor of being poor. Secret, 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 secret. Yeah, it's me, Omega. You know us. And we also got our boy Scott Popular in the building. You already know. And yeah, we're reviewing the new album by RiTchie. Just RiTchie, formerly RiTchie with a T. And the album is called 3 Digits 112. I fucked that up. It's Triple Digits 112. I was pulling my notes up while I was giving that intro. My bad. Good start. In any case, yeah.
14 songs, 32
14
minutes.
songs, 32 minutes. Released at the beginning of this month, April 5th, 2024. Hey. And it is the debut solo album of RiTchie of Injury Reserve, now by Storm.
R.I.P. Groggs.
R.I.P. Stepper J. Groggs. Yeah, so before we get into the specifics of the album, I wanted to just read some excerpts on what RiTchie had to say about the creation of this record on an interview with Hypebeast.
All right, fair enough.
And I think maybe this provides a little bit of context on the nature of this album. And yeah, I'm very curious what Scott will have to say about it when we talk about the introduction. So, RiTchie says, I didn't want it to feel like a big debut, and I didn't want it to come off like I was expecting people to take me seriously, because I'm not. I didn't want this to be the same as any Injury Reserve or By Storm stuff. People talk about the last Injury Reserve record like it's a reclusive album you listen to alone in your room. I wanted to make something closer to the music I listen to on a daily basis, and something my friends can drive around and listen to. So we've reviewed Injury Reserve before. Mega and I think it's fair to say, are both pretty big fans. I'm certainly a massive fan of Injury Reserve. By the time I get to Phoenix, I believe made it onto my end of year list that year.
I think it was up towards the top too, yeah.
Pretty high up on that list. But Scott, are you familiar with RiTchie with a T, RiTchie, Injury Reserve by Storm?
So here's the funny part. I want to know, is he in any way, shape, or form related to Ritchie Valens Obama?
No, his surname is RiTchie.
Okay, because that threw me the hell off. I was just like, wait a minute, he back?
RiTchie Valens is back making weird hip hop.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So cool. There's no connection with that. Other than that, man, sonically, I love the whole production. Injury Reserve, I heard maybe a couple of songs in a couple of DJ crates, but never been like a super dive-in fan. But all of these, some of these tracks in here, most of these tracks, I really dug. I don't know if we're ready to jump into the actual tracks, but like his voice and the way he uses his cadence and the fluctuations of his rhyme patterns, excellent. Like he's like, I think out of the projects that we reviewed today, he has the most entertaining voice.
Word life.
And like I can easily say like, okay, cool, I can keep listening to this dude. And, you know, sometimes it's singy rap, sometimes it's rapidy rap. You know, sometimes he can sit down and chill with you. Yeah. Is he a person I would definitely hang out with this dude?
Yeah, word.
What?
I would lie a little bit more about the whole Obama thing, but yeah, I can hang out with this dude.
Word. As much as I appreciate Injury Reserve's music and I've always enjoyed it, I'm definitely not as big a fan as you are.
Sure.
I can't really tell you a lot about them as a group, other than how their music is just like touched me and made me feel good, or whatever. Touched me and made me feel good. All right.
Oh yeah.
Other than the way that their music has hit me and influenced, just my personality and my good times and shit. But I was interested to go into this because the first time that I heard it really spoken about, people were saying it's like, it's not necessarily like hip hop, and I always make the argument like, if they call it hip hop, it's fucking hip hop. To me, this is hip hop through and through.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of like different sides of different approaches to sound, different approaches to song making, and a lot of things that push it towards being maybe other genres of R&B or just whatever. But I walked away from this being like, I didn't know what he said, but I walked away from him saying like, oh, it doesn't sound like a debut project. It sounds like, yo, I've been working on some really dope stuff, some fun stuff. I've been having a good time. Check this shit out. I didn't think of it as like some type of major statement, but I also kind of enjoyed this and found it a little bit more accessible than a lot of the other Injury Reserve stuff.
Absolutely,
and I thought some of these tracks on here, they don't really hit for me much at all, and some of the other ones I'm like, hell yeah, this is a song that I'll take with me all through the summer and shit. So
I think that this album, you know, for its idiosyncrasies and weirdness, it is a lot more straightforward and kind of to the point compared to, you know, the Injury Reserve stuff and some of the common collaborators that these guys have worked with, whether that's, you know, Black Midi or Dos Monos or
Rico Nasty.
Right. This album is, you know, it has like a poppy sensibility to it in places. It has like earwormy sections. It has hooks. It has like upbeat chord progressions and stuff like that. It doesn't ever go quite as like deep and introspective as like by the time I get to Phoenix did. But at the same time, I think it does stand alone pretty well as just like a complete project,
it's a fun project.
That's not necessarily trying to set out to be like a deep conceptual record. You know, he says it's something he wants his friends to listen to in a car. I don't know if the entire album does that. You know, what you're trying to do, for example, definitely a car, something you could bump in the whip.
Drizzy
but
is also something that
Drizzy as well, with Amine on the sample. On the feature. And I think those moments do a really good job of like balancing against some of the stranger moments of the record. And given the length of it, it's only 32 minutes, 14 songs, and there's some interludes on there as well. I think it kind of comes and goes surprisingly breezy for you know, quote unquote weird rap.
Yeah, there's like interludes on here. There's joints that are like just a minute or so that are, it's like, what is this? Oh, this is dope. You know, I overall I found it pretty enjoyable. I don't like we were talking about what albums to review, and I was like, well, the RiTchie's out, and then you played the first track, and you were like, okay, this is cool, I'm down for that, and then I quickly skipped to the Quelle Chris joint because I'm a huge Quelle Chris fan. I was like, this is fine, we can do this, and that was me being like, I don't remember exactly like what I like about RiTchie other than the fact that I like some of his music, but yeah, this is a fun, interesting project that I think lays a good foundation of what there is to be expected from him when he actually sits down and wants to make a statement with this music, or even if he doesn't, or just continues down this path. The variety in approaches, like it's like I would take more songs that sounded like Drizzy, or more songs that sounded like How, or more songs that sounded like The Thing with Quelle, and leave some of them out. Or if he went in that direction instead, I'd be like, okay, fine, tight. I'm on board though. I fuck with this.
Yeah, I'm super on board with Dizzy because it's like always on the new thing, but don't finish shit, nigga. This is a fun diss song.
Yeah,
this is really fun. Like, okay, he got me.
Yeah,
you know,
it's like some cat with no identity that's just reaching out and trying to be a part of everything he can.
Kind of like, irreverent, but at the same time, it's then fun and loving.
He's singing the hook.
Yeah,
like you can't really take it seriously, but your ass.
And that beat is crazy. Like, I didn't take any production notes, but at the end he says that there's a variety of producers on here: Malik, Jay Fisher, Parker, and even the great Zero does the mixing and mastering on this. If you don't know Zero, get fucking familiar. But yeah, like the production on this is so varied and interesting, and it's never really boring to me at any moment. But fucking Dizzy is Dizzy. Just, I was like, this shit's. Many times you came around. Yeah, it gets stuck in my head. You know, not that I necessarily have people in my circle like that, and I especially ain't good mad at somebody for grinding after 30, but you know what I mean? Like, it's funny. Yeah, it's funny. And whoever they're talking about, like, it's like, that's embarrassing, bro. Like, figure it out. Like, get your shit together. You know what I mean? But yeah, luckily I don't know people like that. That shit is wonderful. That's one of my favorite songs on the album, easily. Yeah.
The one question that this album leaves me asking repeatedly is, why would you niggas do this to me?
Yeah.
I've been like...
And that was the funny part, because when I listened, I was like, is he talking about the plane crash?
Plane crash?
Because Buddy Holly,
Oh,
Big
RiTchie
Bopper
Valens,
and the RiTchie
Big
Valens,
Bopper.
because they all died in there. And I was like, what is this kind of?
I think
kind of
You
it's
going
connection?
deep on it? Yeah.
Maybe I think it's
Oh, that's
just
just
shit
me. I'm
talk.
sorry.
I could be wrong.
I just
Like-
thought it was a flip on his name. To be honest, I didn't look in. I didn't think about it that much.
Honestly,
I made no notes on this album.
the RiTchie sample
Yeah,
on this shit,
yeah.
like it just reminds me like. Complete arsepull, definitely not related, complete coincidence, but there was a
where's
Japanese
that sample
disco.
from?
I think it's just probably him just singing it in auto-tune, but like there's an old Japanese disco record by Michi, who I believe was an alias of Michiya Mihashi. And he had like a Michi in his intro, and that's like what it made me think of.
Okay, gotcha.
Definitely a coincidence, but yeah, that's what came to mind for me on that one. But I also, yeah, I mean, it's like, you know, oh, we still outside, motherfucker, so let me know it's true indeed. And you see, I don't talk to it like it's you and me. You know, he's not really saying too much on here, but like it sounds dope and it's interesting, which is all I really ask of my hip hop most of the time.
Yeah, he's not like an MC's MC where you listen and be like bars or, you know, like incredible construction, but he's an MC with styles and with like he's wavy. He's like, he knows how to meet a sound and make it fucking sound good. Like all of this, no matter what he's doing, really the only moment that I don't necessarily care about is what is the joint with it's Get a Fade. That guitar and the feedback, it sounds really cool and dope. I just don't really care for like the hyper auto tune voice that he's effect that he's using. But even that has like its own aesthetic or rather sonic qualities that I think that people will be like, word. I'm just so kind of like, I like his singing voice enough to the point where it's like I didn't necessarily need
Needed to be
extra.
auto-tuned.
I dug it. It reminded me of like old James Blake. Like what was the last track off that first album, Measurements, I think. I'm looking for it now, but I can't see it. Yeah. Or like a Robert Raymond Roy, this sort of noisy, very dense vocal, layered harmony, auto-tune type thing. I liked it. I like how it sounds. I like where it fits on the album. It's kind of a
Short bite.
short breathing moment.
It really reminded me of some things that Zero has done in the past.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
If you listen to the Hills on like the John Wayne album,
Yeah.
But you know, Zero is just like kind of singing it, rapping it, and I was like, it distracts me. The sonic quality of it distracts me from what's actually being said, to the point where it's just kind of like, I can't make it out because I'm old. Maybe I don't hear certain frequencies and shit. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. But that's one of the. I think that's one of the only kind of creative choices that didn't really make me say like, oh, I really just, even if I don't care for it that much, I like what he's doing here. That's the only one. Yeah, I'm old as shit.
What?
But yeah, no, the features on this album are incredible too. Quelle Chris fucking slides, Aminé slides, Neonte, who has been growing on me more. Like I liked him on the Jadasea album, and I didn't care so much for his actual solo release, but he's dope on this. And of course, you know, like, listen to this Quelle beat. Like, I thought maybe Quelle produces because it does kind of have a,
it does have
kind of a vibe for it. But you know, there's so many other talented producers on this. I was like, could be anybody, but Quelle can meet any beat, any style. Like, and this is one of my favorites here. So weird. I don't know if I've heard anything that really quite sounds like it other than like other Quelle Chris type of songs, you know? Yeah, but this is good. I fuck with this. Quick and easy. Yeah. Do we want to do a top favorite, or do you have anything else to get off about this one, Scott Poppy?
So the RiTchie Valens, the bar is, but I don't like hating ass, backward ass niggas, so I'm going to play the game when it's back to business. Yeah, get back to business. Everybody, just get back to business.
Why would you niggas do this to me?
Exactly.
Why would you? Hard.
Secret House Against. My favorite songs on this album are Dizzy, The Thing, How, 5 on the Dot.
Hey.
5 on the Dot is fire. Weird, but open and wonderful.
RiTchie Valens, Dizzy, and Get a Fade. Fuck it, I'm gonna disagree.
Almost the same. I'm gonna go Dizzy, RiTchie Valens, and of course Why would you do that? Why?
Oh, what you trying to do?
What you trying to do?
Yeah, this shit is hard too.
What you trying to do?
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of like that one Gonja Sufi EP. Just these like loud like 60s like fuzzy
gas
guitar
lamp killer type.
Gas lamp like almost acid type samples.
This is that pre-workout formula. You take this as you're taking your pre-workout as you step into the gym. Yeah.
But like you said, like in the interview, you said like he just kind of just wanted to release this and not like make it like a big thing. So now I can excuse that picture for the art. Just like it's like this is just straight off my iPhone.
Yeah.
Like, this is
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Now that I have information, I can excuse it.
I don't get it. I don't get the picture, you know what I mean? Like at all. But, I understand Triple Digit. He's talking about it being hot. They're from like Arizona and shit.
Yeah.
Right. 112 degrees. It's hot as fuck with that dry heat. But I don't understand, like, a lot of times with an album cover, it's like, oh, okay, maybe this connects to a deeper. But this one, I'm just like,
nah,
oh, bro,
that's a selfie.
I'm like, yeah, he just
That's
connected that
selfie,
shit. He just connected that. He was like, all right, he's like,
stick of
what's the
Hey,
last
man, we
picture
need some
say?
art.
Yeah.
Airdrop.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
He didn't go through shit else but airdrop.
It's like, he's like, man, I'm all done being creative and shit. Like I put my whole fucking ass in this shit. Like I can't do it anymore. Just take
What
anything.
are you trying to
take
do?
my phone. All right, he's like, scroll down for 3 seconds and just stop on whatever. But yeah, shout out to RiTchie. I'm fucking with you.
I'm really glad that the end of the injury reserve name didn't mean the end of injury reserve and the people who took part in it.
Yeah.
Why would you niggas do this to me?
Yeah.
All the people that we like are on the screen right now. All the people
Why
that we
would you
don't like
niggas do this to me?
don't exist.
Why would you want?
I'm not cutting that. We just gonna have to deal with
Why would
Jen.
you niggas do this to me?
Why?
Why would you niggas do this to me? Why would you niggas do this to me?
I'm just keeping it going.